Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Somarinoa. Welcome back to Somarinoa Plays. I guess part B of our playthrough of part 12 of Dredge. Last we left off, our game actually crashed pretty hard. That's the problem with the Lenovo, I guess. I bought this computer in 2020, so it's, about, I don't know, 5 years old. It was the only computer available because it was, the pandemic. You can say that, I don't know if that still flags YouTube or not, but so it was literally my only choice if I didn't want to spend like a year building a computer because parts were really hard to find. I live kind of in the middle of nowhere, so it didn't help. And I was 500 miles from. I had to buy it at Best Buy. I had been looking for like a few $1,000 computer possibly to build or something, maybe an Alienware back in the day. I remember it would be good. I don't remember. It's been 5 years, but yeah. So this is low-end computer from 5 years ago. So it occasionally crashes, but I do use OBS, which does allow the footage to still be used even if your computer crashes. So hopefully, every time that happens to happen, which it kind of happens not often, but not uncommonly. Hopefully, we can watch that footage. I don't know. Anyway, it does look like we got our chum buckets, fetid bait, reeking bait, and so we were leaving when it crashed. The music sounds like Little Nightmares, if I'm honest. So grab this. Over here. Which is too bad because we got an aberrant doing this, so that's probably not going to happen again. A new aberrant, too. Yep, we didn't get it. Man, that sucks. I don't know where my range is like. Also shallow oceanic. So we would have oceanic, which is, that. But we would lose shallow and volcanic. Which, we can't use it there. Could do that, I guess. Coastal, shallow, mangrove, volcanic, right? Oceanic. So, yeah, mangrove volcanic, so no, that wouldn't work. No, it wouldn't because it would take up that one extra space. So, coastal, shallow. Yeah, that would work. We have to switch out between those two whenever we go fishing. Okay. Wait, why can't I? So these fish that come. Okay, good. Remember that. Okay. Great. Okay, I'm gonna try to get one of these done. See ya. Thought you were swift, but you weren't. Yeah, I see you too. I know you're there. See ya. Large cage is suspended over the water. A small receptacle is floating over the water. Away. Sucker. Yeah, it still doesn't, but whatever. Go around this way. Green guard, that's the one that we missed actually. So great. Perfect. That's what we got before the game like crashed. Perfect. I see you. Too dead, son. This way. I think it's right over there. Yeah, it is. Where are you going? Found some dog tags. Let me see. Thanks. That's all of them that I can remember anyways. Can't picture their faces too clearly anymore. Let's talk about baiting the traps. Yeah, we already did that. I have a creature corpse to show you. Let's see it then. Handed the tattered lump of flesh to the airman. It's almost unrecognizable, but you both know it should have belonged to anything. It couldn't have belonged to anything else. He pokes it with his knife, testing the rubbery meat. He seems satisfied. Yes, this is one of the beasts. Progress at last. More to go, though. Oh, you have more? I like that it just automatically continues through it. You dump the flesh into the ground and gives it a few slashes with the knife. It wobbles a little bit. Another one taken care of. One remains by my count. Let's finish this. Oh, you have more. He dropped a large, bloodied carcass in front of the airman. His eyes fill with sadistic delight. He bends down and plunges his knife into the soft flesh. It falls away before the blade, revealing a glint of metal. With a sickening tear, he wrests it from where it was embedded in the flesh of the creature. He holds it aloft. You recognize it as a necklace, glistening in gore. Well, fisherman, some fortune at last. This ought to fetch a decent price from the right collector. Here, why don't you take it? Shimmering necklace. A large and ornate necklace. Ivory teardrops flank the central setting. And, hey, an emerald trapped by 4 cresting waves. Thanks. He stands back from the corpse. A melancholic look comes over his face. No. Well, that's it, I suppose. What will you do now? I can't say for sure. Thought I'd be asking you for an escort away from this place, but this has become somewhat of a home to me. It doesn't feel right to leave my brothers here. I think I shall stay a little while longer. In the meantime, they can make up some special bait for you. It ought to help with your fishing. Can you make up some special bait for me? Here, this is what's left over from the bait We made. Mixed bait. Apportionment bait. Can be used to attract all manners of nearby species. Ability unlocked. Bait. Toss bait overboard to attract local species. Right now. We can make some fresh stuff if you like. Need some fish from you first. Any type will do. The more you give me, the more bait I can make. Cool. Good to know. I don't really have much, but... grind these up. Won't be a moment. So what I can make. Take it all. It won't keep here. I won't use any of it, but thanks. They go crazy for that stuff. Day and night, it doesn't seem to matter. All sorts of fish usually show up. It's everything. Thanks. Goodbye forever. Get the hell out of here. Great. Actually, you know what? Give me that too. And the rest. Still have to go to the Stellar Basin and solve that one. I haven't been to Devil's Spine yet. Oh yeah, I could actually teleport, couldn't I? Dimensional bypass. Traverse the long distance using manifest. You enter the house carrying the ornate necklace. The collector recognizes it almost immediately. An excellent find. It demands pride to place in my collection. The chains. Relinquish the necklace. He sweeps aside some scraps on the dusty table, candle wax pooling at its corners. Places the necklace carefully in the clearing. And I suppose he'll be demanding recompense as well. He opens a crimson book, its spine cracking audibly. Selecting a page carefully, he begins to read aloud. Words sound muffled, as though he's speaking through a thick haze. Ability locked. Vanish. fire off a blazing light that dispels something or other. You hear a growling crackling in your ears. Suddenly your vision flares and both of your ears pop. He closes the book. We must keep searching. I have been thinking more on where we might find another. The reef at Stellar Basin may have caught and accumulated some wreckage. Search around that area. I've already marked the location on your map where you can begin your search. Anything else? What do you want to know about the old mayor of Little Marrow? That stuttering old fool. Yes, I knew him. He'd join us on the water sometimes, but was more hindrance than help. He never seemed entirely with it. I can't imagine he has fared too well since I last saw him. Where's you read from the book? What did they do to me? The boat's power from the deep. I merely extended its power towards you. Is there one in particular you wish to know more about? Banish. The banishing words will provide you a temporary protection from most things. If spoken swiftly enough, they can be used defensively. Choose your moment carefully. The more they are spoken, the more they are understood. Are there more powers you wish to know about? Yeah, tell me about Manifest. Use of these words will induce a trance-like state. While in this state, time will pass in the blink of an eye. When it is over, you will find yourself here. As always, I caution against overusing it. Selectively and strategically utilize it when you need it most. What do you do once you have all the relics? He ponders for a moment. It's surprising, isn't it? The attachments we hold towards simple objects. But they are anything but simple. Seemingly mute articles can speak in different ways. If I showed you a childhood toy, you would be awash with forgotten memories. They hold the power to recall what once was lost. What was once lost, yeah, okay, whatever. Boy. Banishing words that can spell most evil for a time. Two flounders there. Oh, yeah, hook. Yeah, my phone. Okay. Let's see if that's still here. Yes, perfect. It's still there. Yeah, I don't know what that's for. The lighthouse keeper approaches you on the dock wearing a questioning expression. You must have been around most of the islands by now. Have you found whatever it is you're looking for? I'm not sure. Your face softens. Remember that you are in control. If you're having doubts, it's foolish to blindly persevere. You can always look for alternative paths. She turns from you, shaking her head and muttering. She heads back towards the lighthouse. Gee, thanks. Could replace both of these with this guy. But then, once we get the last engine, is that the last engine? Let me see here actually. But, yeah, we have the one last engine to go. Spine is northeast. That's definitely done the spine over there. Prey sighted. Spot a fish of each category through the spyglass. You approach a hooded figure. They're standing expectantly, vermilion red robes blowing in the wind. Fisherman, serve. The voice from the hood cuts through the humid air. Deliver the vessel. The hooded figure produces an old paper scroll. They point at the shape of it. Cusk eel. Pale skate. One of the deepest living species of skate. thought to use hydrothermal vents as incubators for his egg cases. Snake mackerel. Oh, that's what we needed. Slender with dull black eyes and a long snout. A greedy jaw full of long, sharp teeth. Which person needed the snake mackerel? You're in blue. Okay, I know exactly where he is. So he is, I wish this would zoom out a little faster. He is the one who's right here. Quite a ways away, so we're going to start going back immediately. And from the surface, why not? See you, friendo. Ooh. It's right here, right? No, it's right there. Ah, crap. Here, right? Yeah. Should this guy right here? Oh, wait, no, not this guy. You pull up to a wreck of a familiar looking hull. It's almost identical to the ship given to you by the mayor. Except this one has a huge breach in one side. You're tied up alongside the old wreck. Look at the cabin. You're in the cabin. Look at the cupboards and drawers. The cupboards have been completely and methodically emptied. All the drawers are missing. Try to find a loose floorboard. There aren't even any floorboards left. Check the overhead electrical equipment. The equipment is all still there, though surely exposure to the elements has fried the internals. You angle the overhead radio down to get a closer look. Fisherman's note. A note slips off the top. You put it in your pocket to read later. Check out the cargo. Poke through the cargo hole. A few items remain, not yet lost at sea. Fishing pole, weak valve engine, metal scraps. Swift Trooper, have a combined fishing speed of 200%. Guess it's those islands? Darn it. I'm doing terribly here to find this island. Avoid that. No, that didn't work. Yeah, it might be this island. I don't know. We don't mind it being stale, freak. Almost fulfilled. They point to the fish on the final scroll. This one is a snake mackerel. The fish has barely left her hands before splintered nails begin peeling at its scales. The heart is extracted and devoured. Their head tilts upward to look at you. They take a book from inside their robe and hand it over. Hunger. Sated. Now, I wait. They cross their arms and appeal to fall into a deep sleep. Okay. Haggling and bargaining. A guide. It's been a long time since I've had a book. Messages. Notes. Fisherman's note. Deep, sky, deep, sky, deep, forever. Casket seal broken. Fog core. 5 equals rise. He knows. Okay. Whatever, dude. We're gonna go down. There. Oh god, what is that? Guess we'll never know now. I mean, you just talk to that guy. He doesn't make me bait. Or sell me bait, I guess. Perfect. Research complete. Engine stack. Now building the store. Researcher. Engines. Research all engines. Okay, what do we need for the engine stack? Engine stack. A hulking mass of an engine boasting considerable speed. 6. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this one. And this one. And we're gonna install us one of these. Okay. Beautiful. So I could do one of these again. Oh. Incandescent. We're gonna have to switch to that for sure. But we need 391. Oh yeah, this will do. Beautiful. So I don't know why we can't do that one. Maybe we can only do that when we get ready to do the cellar basin. We're going to head back to Stellar Basin then, because I believe that's the only one we have left, right? Our pursuits. Oh yeah, we gotta go to Devil's Spine too, that's right. We're gonna go to Devil's Spine then. Just north. Sailfish. Yeah, but where do we deploy our craft? There it is. Okay, I guess we'll leave it. Crap. Didn't realize it was so late. Okay, we're going this way. Wouldn't that be like a trophy? Maybe I've got like the biggest trophy size. Trophy caught. can I do for you? I want to ask about the wider region. Certainly. Is there something in particular we should know about? Next on my own. I don't know a great deal. It technically falls under a jurisdiction of Lower Moreau. I believe it was sold to a private owner some 20 years ago. They must have had a special arrangement. Such a sale is quite uncommon. Very complicated people were involved, you see. I've not met the owner. I suspect they don't live around here. The island seems quite uninhabited. Gale Cliffs. Well, the main port over there is a place called Ingfell. It's right on the approach of the cliffs. You can't miss it. It's a whaling town, but I haven't heard much talk of it these days. I think quite a few people have left. No one, or one way or another. Stella Basin. Quite a popular tourist destination. There's a resort on the atoll, built on top of a beautiful coral reef. I'm sure there's a wide variety of fish there. Maybe you fancy to get your hooks into some of those. Strand. I don't know. I don't think there's much to tell. Just a tangled mass of trees. It's often blanketed in a thick fog at the beginning of the day. You want some good lights and a good sense of direction if you're going to want to go exploring there. Ah, yes. It's quite exciting, really. An active volcano amongst a city of ancient ruins. I must caution against sailing there, however. The ruins lie low in the water and would surely tear through your hull. Not to mention the aforementioned volcano could erupt at any moment. You can occasionally hear it rumbling from here. Oh, well. Do you know of any shipwrecks around here? Shipwrecks? Unfortunately, there have been quite a few in recent years. The lighthouse helps, but even it struggles to cut through the fog some nights. We do our best to salvage and clear any shipwrecks that occur around the side of the island. That should make fishing a bit easier for you. Around the back, though, it's a little harder to get to. There are still some wrecks toward the deeper patches. You want to avoid that area. What do you know about any strange occurrences? Well, I heard that my counterpart in Little Moreau met the most unfortunate end. They say he went mad quite suddenly. One day he was normal, the next he was pacing at the shoreline, hurling people's belongings into the sea. After some days like this, he disappeared, never to be seen again. Nowadays, the tale of the old mayor is used to scare children. Not many remember him, myself included. And those that do, remember, don't like to talk about it. The most unpleasant subject. What happened to the last fisherman? The last fisherman? Oh, he was very unreliable. He'd go out at night, come back with no fish, and proceed to sleep all day. He was also a terrible captain. I mean, really terrible. Constantly running aground on the reef, even in broad daylight. The shipwright almost ran out of wood for repairs. No, he was no good. One evening he left and never came back. So long, he shan't be missed by us. Okay. Complete. So we're going to go to sleep then. Maybe we should avoid Devil's Fire. I don't know. What do you guys think? What we got here? Take a look at it. Oh, selfish. And possibly quick, but the bill and sale don't sell for much. Yes, we're going to go in there anyway. I'm curious. opportunities for myself. Armored Syrubin. Never heard of it. A small fish with angular armored plates. It has sensory barbs under its body that help it detect prey on the seabed. A man meets you at the dock, bracing himself against the wind and spray. O rapturous day! A fresh disciple carried to me atop the waves. Come ashore, weak thing, and rest your weary soul. Alright. Your rival is Providence, from the deep itself. I have been calling, and now you are the answer. The rite of purification is almost at hand, and you are to be my replacement. I'm listening. Your trial begins immediately. Tell me, what does your spirit seek? Happiness. Ha! Merely an excuse to halt the search for something greater. Happiness is, by definition, a compromise. And your flesh, what does it crave? The one to the sun. And yet it eludes you. Darkness is cast over the rest of your days. Finally, what does the world deserve? Everything. In a way. It deserves all that is washed ashore, freely given from the deep, but no more than that. The trial is concluded. You still have much to learn, but that knowledge will be delivered to you in time. Now, your role as my initiate is to act as herald of the purge, just as I was, for the one before me. The nearby spires blaze with eternal fire, yet the stone hearths of these three idols lie barren and void. Retrieve 3 fathomless flames from the crags behind us and ignite the crucibles. Visit the shrines of the deep. I will mark them. They will offer further guidance, and I must provide no more. Which statue do you wish to look at? The statue holds a stone crucible. It's empty. Of course it is. I'm not putting anything in it. I'm dumb. I mean, I will, but not yet. The stone columns of the temple are carved with ancient pictures and text. Which carvings do you wish to look at? The swarm of small creatures. The carving shows a swarm of small fish surrounding a boat. The ravenous children, alone they are nothing. Together they summon her. Beneath these words, something has added a crudely scratched note. Do not let them grip you. Burn them away. The stone columns of the temple are crowned, blah, blah, blah. A large eyeless beast. The carving of a large fish with crossed out eyes. The unseeing mother, when the starving cannot eat. She approaches. Beneath these words, something has added a crudely scratched note. Blind but can hear her children. Avoid at all costs. Bubbling vent. Carving shows a bubbling underwater vent, the breath of salvation. It burns those that mean harm. Only the pure remain. Protection. Follow the magma. Find them. Okay. What is it? What am I supposed to be doing? You are to prepare the ritual. You must light the stone crucibles around the temple with 3 fathomless flames. You will receive further illumination at the 3 shrines of the deep. They are scattered about, not far from here. What's that scroll you're holding? I found it. At the end of my other life. It washed ashore, as all great gifts do. It took some time for me to decipher the runes. It speaks of an incomprehensible door. And those wretched, twisted fish that swam through, their flesh is the closest thing to a key. Are there others who share your beliefs? There are pretenders, failures that make the mockery of the deep. I tried correcting their ways, but I soon saw that they had lost the path. I left them to their ceaseless hunger. Oh, the other guys in their robes. Got it. I'm looking for sunken relics. Are there any shipwrecks around here? Relics, you say? Perhaps. One such as this. He pulls an antique pocket watch from inside his robe. Droplets of sea spray crackle and seethe in the air around it. You are drawn to it too, I see. It found me during my rite of proving as I scavenged for creatures of power. It sapped of my spirit when I first recovered it, but I came to appreciate its strange nourishment with time. As you will you. When the ritual is prepared, it will be yours to carry forth. Anything else? I should go. One straight ahead and one over there. I'm going to assume it's the one over here. Frilled shark. Oh, nice. Are they really that big? I thought they were tiny. Frilled shark. Considered by many to be a living fossil. Though technically a shark, it swims like an eel, hunting prey with 300 needle-like teeth. Go to hell. Great. All around here, I'm going to search for a few things. There, my darling, I have found you at last. When you left, I was scattered to the winds, but now I feel almost whole again. There's just one thing left to do. Turn me back. Yeah, okay. Check the statues. I docked to the old temple in Devil's Spine and was approached by some sort of fanatic. He wants my help preparing a ceremony. I need to light the statues around the temple. Apparently I can find fathomless flames at shrines of the deep in the area. Oh. Book is done. Stone tablet. Okay, great. Oh, get out of here. Cuskeel. Isn't there someone who needed a Cuskeel? Infernal eel. I'm probably gonna have to collect all of these fish, huh? And then she's gonna get mad. Pretty sure someone needed a catch a Cuskeel. I'm a person in red robes on an island between the Twisted Strand and the Devil's Spine. They asked me to catch a fish depicted in the old paper scroll. Okay. Good to know. So, infernal eel. Grown fat from countless corpses that rest in the deep. The harbinger of a sick mercy of lost souls. Cuskeel. A miserable looking eel, often found hiding in cracks and crevices. Okay, so we're going to put Cuskeel in here. Make sure there's nothing else that we need to do. Visit the trader. I found an ancient stone tablet with a strange glyph on it. Looks similar to the ones I saw at the trader's desk in Little Moreau. I should show him the tablet. I know more. Okay. Cool. And that's going to be a good spot for us to stop. Till next time, we're going to be going back to Little Moreau, I guess, after we feed this fish to this jerk. But I will see you guys next time here on Somarinoa Plays. Goodbye.